It's only a game. Okay, sure. Hey, babes. Welcome back to the Midnight Page podcast, the place where we whisper, scream, gasp, cry, and completely lose our minds over fictional people while pretending we're calm. Tonight's episode is, oh my god, we're going to talk about a book that feels like drinking moonlight from a carnival cup spiked with glitter and danger. We're diving into Caraval by Stephanie Garber. And sweet angel, when I tell you this book grabbed me by the collar and whispered, "Remember, it's only a game," and then proceeded to psychologically ruin me, I believed nothing, not a single thing. Stephanie Garber had me playing myself like one of Legend's puppets. If you've ever trusted a man you shouldn't have, ignored 17 red flags because the man holding them was devastatingly attractive, followed someone into danger because he raised one eyebrow, or told yourself, "I'm just gonna peek at chapter 12," and then woke up 3 hours later in a magical fever dream. Yeah, this is that episode. So sit down, drink something warm or something strong, because bestie, we're going to the island of Caraval tonight, where nothing is real, everything is magic, and the men will absolutely lie to your face while being outrageously pretty about it. Part 1. Scarlett Tella and the world that pulls you in. Okay, picture this. A world that feels like a dark magical Disneyland. But instead of Mickey Mouse, you've got illusions that might kill you, riddles that ruin your sanity, and a circus ringmaster who literally does not care about your mental stability. Our girl Scarlett Dragna has one personality trait at the beginning of this book: fear dressed as responsibility. She wants out of her abusive father's home so badly that she's willing to marry a man she's never met, because she thinks safety is something you have to suffer for. And girl, the way I wanted to shake her. I love you, Scarlett, but babe, you deserve love that doesn't require a contract. And then there's Tella. Tella, the sister who would see a full "danger, do not enter" sign and walk in with a cupcake like, "Teehee anyway." She's everything Scarlett isn't. Impulsive, glittery, reckless, alive. She's the type of girl who'd lose her phone 3 times a day and her heart 15 times a week. Scarlett's anxiety is like, breathe in, breathe out, don't get in trouble. Tella's anxiety is like, I did something chaotic and now we have to move. They're the perfect chaos duo. And then the letters start. Scarlett's been writing to Legend, the mysterious master of the magical Caraval game, every year since she was 10, and suddenly, after 7 years of nothing, he writes back, not just writes back, invites her. I swear I felt her heart stop through the page. Caraval only opens once a year. Invitations are rarer than men who text back. And Scarlett's like, "No, we cannot go. Father will murder us. We must stay safe." Tella hears this and says, "Pack your bags, bestie." And here comes Julian. Oh my god, Julian. We'll get to him properly in a second. Trust me, I have thoughts. But this man shows up looking like danger dipped in honey, with that whole shirtless sailor energy and a smile that says, "I lie recreationally." You know that man who walks into a room and your brain just stops buffering? Yeah. Scarlett met him and her IQ dropped to single digits in 0.4 seconds. Julian's like, "Hey, wanna run away to a forbidden magical island with me?" Scarlett says, "No, absolutely not." Tella says, "We leave at midnight." They drug Scarlett Yep, and drag her onto a boat. And that's how we end up sailing to Caraval, the enchanted island where magic feels like perfume in the air and nothing is what it seems. And this is where the book shifts from cute fantasy to, oh, this is a fever dream that will consume my soul. Because when they arrive, they walk into a world that feels like Alice in Wonderland. But if every NPC was trying to manipulate your mind for fun and the rule, remember, it's only a game. Girl, shut up. Nothing is ever only a game in this book. You breathe wrong, you lose points. You talk to the wrong person, you lose time. You fall for the wrong man, cough Julian cough, and suddenly your emotions aren't even your own. Scarlett is immediately told the objective. Tella is missing. Find Tella, win the wish, a single wish. And the price? Your sanity, your blood, your moral compass, your sense of what is and isn't real. And Scarlett, sweet, anxious Scarlett, steps into this world looking for her sister. And Julian, he's like, oh hey, guess we're partners now. And babe, this is where the delicious chaos begins. Part 2, Julian, lies, magic, and men who need warning labels. Okay, babe, so Scarlett and Julian step into Caraval, and immediately it's giving dark fairy tale, magical gaslighting. Did that building just move? And why are all these people hot and dangerous? Every corner is a vibe. Every hallway is lying. Every person is either helpful or trying to steal your spleen for points. You truly never know. Julian, by the way, is doing his thing, which is to say, being annoyingly hot while knowing way more than he should. He's giving smirks. He's giving eyebrow lifts. He's giving, I know you don't trust me, but also, you kinda do. And Scarlett's over here like, I must remain focused. I am responsible. I am engaged. Girl, your fiancé is literally a blank space on a letter. Calm down and look at the man in front of you. But oh my God, the way this man lies. Julian doesn't lie casually. He lies beautifully, artistically, recreationally, like he trained for it. Whenever Scarlett asks him a question, he answers like, yes, no, maybe. Why are you asking? Stop looking at me like that. Not one useful fact leaves his mouth. Not one. And Scarlett, she still lets him breathe her air. Relatable. The hotel scene. So they get their first clue, right? And Caraval's like, go to the hotel and find room 17. Cute, easy, wrong. This is not a hotel. This is a sentient fever dream. The hallways move, the doors whisper, the shadows flirt, the people barter with emotions. Scarlett's like, hello, do you have a room for 2? And the hotel staff are like, sure, but it'll cost you 2 days of your life, or your sense of safety, or your childhood memory of Christmas. You know, like it's no big deal. Julian is, of course, unbothered. He's leaning against the wall like, LOL, just pick something. Scarlett's like, sir, I have 0 brain cells right now. Help. And then, of course, they get 1 room. 1 bed. You know the author wrote this scene giggling. Scarlett says, what do you mean 1 bed? Julian just smiles. Oh, we're so back. The shirt scene. Scarlett needs a shirt. This man, this criminally attractive menace, just casually peels off his shirt and hands it to her, like it's nothing, like we aren't all sitting here combusting. Scarlett's internal monologue goes full girl. She's like, I shouldn't stare. I mustn't stare. I'm not staring. Why can I see every muscle? Why are his sleeves rolled like that? Why is he built like a Renaissance problem? Okay, she doesn't literally say that, but she could have. And bestie, he looks at her looking, that slow, knowing, dangerous look. The kind of look that says, I know I'm trouble. I know you know I'm trouble. And look where you are anyway. I had to close the book for a second and just breathe like I was in labor. The clues, the dress, the dragging. Caraval runs on clues, the way we run on delusion. Scarlett's next clue is hidden behind a door that demands she trade a secret to enter, like, this place is emotionally violent. She whispers something small, thinking she's being clever. Caraval basically goes, give me something true or stay outside forever. Oh, so we're doing that today. And she gives it a truth she's never said aloud. The door opens. Inside is a dress that looks like it feels her emotions. A mirror that does not mind its business. A note that tells Scarlett she's already losing. And babe, that dress is practically a character. Scarlett puts it on and suddenly she's feeling things. It tightens when she's nervous. It glows when Julian breathes near her. It changes colors based on her emotional damage. She is being dragged by her own outfit. The alley scene. Stop means stop. Scarlett and Julian end up in this dark little alleyway, because of course they do. She's scared. He steps closer. She says, stop. And he does. Immediately. Like, immediately. And that's the moment. The moment I said, oh, I love him. I don't trust him, but I love him. Because every time Scarlett panics, he stops. Every time she says no, he backs up. Every time she demands the truth, he deflects, but never forces her hand. He's chaos, but not danger. He's lies, but not cruelty. He's mystery, but not violation. This man respects boundaries. And in fantasy, rare. The bar is low, but he still clears it fabulously. The tension from here, oh, it's tensioning. Caraval is a labyrinth of illusions, and Scarlett is starting to fall for the one thing she really shouldn't. Someone who makes her feel alive after years of feeling afraid. And the book is like, is Julian real? Is Julian lying? Is Julian even human? Is any of this happening? And I'm like, I don't care. He called her crimson in that tone. Part 3. Obsession, betrayals, blood magic, and Julian's oh by the way moment. Alright, Scarlett is in peak emotional damage mode. She's exhausted, confused, damp. Caraval is 98% humidity and trauma, and she's still trying to piece together clues while keeping Julian at a safe distance. Spoiler, she cannot. Julian keeps doing this thing where he gives her just enough information to keep her alive, but not enough for her to understand anything. It's giving mysterious. It's giving manipulative. It's giving he's hiding something massive and sexy and dangerous. And Caraval? This place is behaving like a delusional ex-boyfriend. Nothing is real. Everything is emotional violence, and the NPCs deserve jail time. The seamstress. Girl, the seamstress. You know when a character walks onto the page and you're like, nope, she's evil, she's pretty, she's eerie, She's giving HR violation. That's her. She traps Scarlett in a little shop that feels like if Victoria's Secret were run by a demon. She offers Scarlett clues, and in exchange, she wants pieces of Scarlett's self, like your future time, your deepest fear, your childhood memory, your ability to trust anyone ever again. Just girly things. Scarlett tries to outsmart her, which is adorable, but every option is terrible. And then, because Stephanie Garber enjoys our suffering, the seamstress throws in, or I can take something more intimate. Excuse me? What do you mean intimate? We're in a young adult novel. Hello. I closed the book for a second. I needed to hydrate. Scarlett bargains her way out, but she leaves shaken, because this is the first moment where she realizes Caraval will take everything from you if you let it. The fountain. Scarlett thinks Tella might be hurt. She runs full sprint through Caraval until she reaches this eerie stone fountain, and then she sees it. A girl's body, floating, face down, blonde hair, fanned out like a halo. And Scarlett's like, oh my God, that's my sister. The book goes silent. It's heavy. It's horrible. She falls apart, screaming, shaking Julian, sobbing, panicking in a way you feel in your teeth. And Julian holds her, grounds her, and says the most gaslighty but hot line in the entire novel. Crimson, it's just a game. Sir, with all due respect, what do you mean it's just a game when a woman's body is floating in front of us? He's so calm, too calm. Scarlett's like, I saw her dead. Julian's like, you saw what Caraval wanted you to see. And I'm over here, drinking my imaginary bar cocktail, like, oh, he knows too much. This is the moment where you know Julian is hiding something catastrophic, because no normal man reacts that calmly to a floating corpse, unless he's seen one before, or he's been paid to ignore one, or he's not entirely alive. But we're not there yet. The kiss. You knew we were getting here. Scarlett and Julian end up trapped in a little narrow corridor because this author knows exactly what she's doing, and Julian has that look. That I'm gonna ruin your life in 5 seconds look. Scarlett's freaking out. Magic is freaking out. The air is crackling. She's dizzy. Julian cups her face, which he has no right to do, as beautifully as he does, leans in and kisses her. And not just any kiss. This kiss is written like an HBO moment, disguised in PG-13 vocabulary. Scarlett is like, I should not be doing this. Julian is like, I know. Continues anyway. They're in a space so intimate, the walls are blushing, and for a moment Scarlett forgets everything. Tella, the fiancé, the game, the danger, her trauma, reality itself. This book really said, let me give you magic, lies, and a man whose entire personality is forearms. And then, of course, Julian pulls away and whispers, don't trust me. Babe, don't trust you? Sir, you should have said that before putting your mouth on her hopes and dreams. The stalker and the tower. Things get dark. Scarlett's being hunted, literal chase scene, heart pounding, and she ends up trapped in a tower with a man who is clearly not stable. He's rambling, he's menacing, he's saying things that made me physically clench the book. Scarlett nearly dies here, twice. Julian shows up in full heroic chaos mode, bloodied, furious, beautiful, like a man who forgot this is technically just a game. This is when Scarlett starts noticing, why does Julian keep nearly dying for her? Why does he know every rule? Why does he act like he's been here before? Why does he look heartbroken when she says she's engaged? There's something wrong here, something big. The Julian reveal. This is the part that had me pacing. Julian is badly injured. Scarlett is tending to him. It's quiet, emotional, tender. She asks him one simple question. Who are you really? And he finally breaks. Julian, I'm not who you think I am. Scarlett. No, seriously, I never would have guessed. Then he drops it. He is Legend's brother. He works for Caraval. He's been lying since page 1, and he's not even allowed to love her. Scarlett's like, I trusted you. Julian, I told you not to. And the way this lands, I had heartburn. I had an emotional concussion. I stared at the wall because it's not a villain reveal. It's a tragic reveal. He's not evil. He's trapped. He's trying. He's failing. He's falling for her while being forbidden to. He's a man made of charm, secrets, and regret. And Scarlett realizes she wasn't crazy. He was trying to protect her. He was holding back. He does care, but the betrayal still burns, and the book leaves us there. Hurt, confused, hungry for answers. Absolutely feral. Part 4. Death, resurrection, Legend's lie, and Scarlett's full breakdown. So bestie, Scarlett is hurting. Julian is gone, not metaphorically, actually gone. He disappears after the reveal, and she's left stumbling through Caraval, alone with trauma, fake magic, real magic, and zero emotional bandwidth. It's giving. I'm doing my best, but my best is crying. She has one goal left. Find Tella, save Tella, win the wish, undo this nightmare. And then Stephanie Garber pulls the rug so hard, I got emotional whiplash. The body, again. Caraval, please leave this girl alone. Scarlett finds Tella again. For real this time, not an illusion, not a prank, not a magical hallucination. Her sister is dead. Scarlett collapses, full meltdown. She's screaming at the world, at the magic, at Legend, at the sky. She is broken. And girl, this scene is heartbreaking because she doesn't go over the top dramatic. She goes quiet. She goes, please, she's all I have. Oof. Held that one to my chest like a bruise. But Caraval? Oh, Caraval loves watching us suffer. Scarlett is told, if you want her back, make the wish. Give up what you value most. And Scarlett, being the fiercest sister on earth, whispers, take my life. I had to stand up. I had to walk around the room. I had to text myself, are we okay? Scarlett really said, If she breathes, I don't. We do not deserve her. Julian returns. Oh my God, this man. Scarlett is mid-breakdown, borderline catatonic, and Julian shows up alive, but not normal alive. He shows up in that I've been dead, but magic won't let me stay dead way. Turns out he wasn't fully human. He was a magical performer created to be part of Caraval. He can die and be brought back, and he didn't tell her any of this, because of course he didn't. Scarlett's like, "You're alive." Julian, "Yeah, about that. Hey, Scarlett, I hate you." Julian, "I know. Me, kiss." Legends reveal. Legend, the most dramatic person alive. Scarlett finally confronts him, ready to kill him, ready to trade herself, ready to end this. And Legend says the line that defines the whole book. It was all part of the game. Babe, no. We are past the point of playfulness. People died. I cried into my tea. Julian died. Tella died. I died emotionally. And Legend is like, "Lol, it was improv." He smirks. He shrugs. He looks like someone who would gaslight you into thinking you cheated in Uno. Scarlett is like, "You traumatized me." Legend, "Okay." And this man is chaos wrapped in velvet. Tella's ladder, the twist that rewires your spine. Just when Scarlett thinks she will never breathe again, when she's sobbing over Tella's lifeless body, Tella blinks. Tella blinks. Tella sits up. Tella lives. Turns out everything, from the clues to the danger, to the body, to the fall, to the drama, was orchestrated by Tella. Tella did this because Tella had been writing to Legend. Tella made a deal. Tella sacrificed herself, knowing Scarlett would choose her. Tella gambled with her own life to get them both out of their father's abuse. And then Tella leaves a letter. And that letter, oh, it's delicious. It's dramatic. It's chaotic with a side of emotional carnage. She basically says, "I needed to do something big enough that Legend would pay attention. And then, my dear Scarlett, I never needed saving. I needed you to realize you could save yourself. Girl, I had to put the book down. I needed water. I needed therapy. I needed Legend to pick up his toys and go home." After all the trauma, Scarlett finds Julian alive, real or real enough, and he's soft in that way that only liars in love can be. He shows up, bruised, bloody, regretful. He basically says, "I broke rules for you." Scarlett's like, "You lied." Julian, "I know, but I meant the kiss." And babes, she melts. She folds into him like a dying star. They stand there in the ruins of magic and illusions, holding each other like the chaos was worth it, like the pain meant something, like the game changed them both. He calls her Crimson again, softly this time, and she lets him. And that's the moment where you just know this is not over. They are unfinished. They are inevitable. They are a problem for another 2 books. And just when you think we're safe, nope, a letter arrives from Legend to Tella. We don't see all of it, but what we do see suggests Legend isn't done. Tella is in deeper trouble. Scarlett hasn't truly escaped anything, and the next Caraval will be even more unhinged. And the book closes like, "That's all, sweetie. Go cry." And that, my love, was Caraval. A fever dream. A carnival on fire. A book that said, what if magic gaslit you into emotional growth? I adored it. I screamed. I whispered. I shook. I texted myself, is Julian single? I questioned my morals. I questioned reality. I questioned my type, because apparently it's men who lie beautifully. If you've made it this far, pull your blanket up, unclench your jaw, breathe out slowly, and as always, that's all for tonight's episode of the Midnight Page podcast. May your stories hold you gently.